Hey everybody, it's me, D-Money-Baller. Today we're going to be reviewing our Acer Aspire TC-885. It's been my daily driver desktop for a while now, and I really enjoy it. It's got an 8th gen i5-8400 in it, and we will be going over all of that in our video today. This model we've got is a TC-885-ACCFLi5. It comes with an 8th generation Intel i5 processor, which is the 8400. It has Windows 10, of course. It has the built-in Intel 630 graphics. It comes with a 2TB hard drive, although I did install a 500GB Samsung 970 EVO NVMe drive, and there will be a link to that in the video description. It comes with 12GB of DDR4 RAM, a DVD slot, an SD slot, and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities. So looking on the front, we've got a good selection of I/O. We've got the DVD drive, we've got an SD slot, we've got a USB Type-C right here, USB 3.0 Type-A, along with a headphone and microphone jack. And on the back, we've got more I/O, a lot more in fact. We've got 2 HDMI ports, 1 VGA, 4 USB 2.0s, 2 USB 3.0s, a gigabit Ethernet connection, and these guys. So this is my setup. I use 2 displays. I have a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse for it. It does ship with a wired keyboard and a wired mouse. We threw the keyboard away. My wife and I both decided that the keyboard wasn't going to work for us, but it does come with keyboard and mouse. They're just not as good as other things on the market. We're going to walk through a boot up. It usually takes about 18 seconds after you hit the power button. I dual boot Linux and Windows on this, so it'll just boot up, okay? So here we go with boot. It's going to make a weird beep. There's the beep. And then it's going to bring up if I want to boot into Linux or Windows. Windows. And that's how long it takes to boot up. Alright, and just to give you an idea of how this PC performs, I went and I ran a user benchmark. I ran a couple of them on this PC. As you can see, it didn't do too well with gaming, only 18%, and that's just because of the built-in graphics card. If you did want to upgrade the GPU, from what I've seen on the forum, GTX 1030, 1050, or 1050 Ti would be the way to go with that. However, if you did go to the 1050 Ti, you might want to think about upgrading your power supply, because I think it's just 300 watt net normally out of the box. The desktop, it does score really high with 117%, along with the workstation 77%, and that's probably due to the SSD that I've installed. The processor's done really well. It performed it in the 98th percentile. The graphics card, 41st percentile. It's just as expected, but it's not very great. It's just the built-in graphics. The 970 EVO performed below expectations, as well as the hard drive that this thing came with. And then the RAM is performing above expectations. Everything I've done with the computer, you can open up a whole bunch of tabs, and it usually doesn't have any issues doing anything with the memory problems because of the 12 gigabytes of RAM. I've just been really pleased with it. Everything that I've done with it, I usually just do coding, building websites and stuff with it. So sometimes I'll spin up a server, and it's been really great. I used to have just a laptop before this, and so it's been great going from a laptop i5 to an actual desktop i5. Been really happy with it overall. So to recap, this rig is plenty powerful with its 8th generation i5 processor and 12 whole gigs of RAM, but the hard drive isn't the fastest, so I would suggest throwing in an SSD or NVMe hard drive just to make it a lot faster. I got it on Amazon for $500. The price right now I think is $589 as of April of 2019, so it does fluctuate a lot. So if you see it at $500, I'd say grab it. It's a steal. It's not the best at gaming. If you are going to do any gaming at all, I would suggest throwing in a GTX 1050, 1050 Ti, or 1060 card on this machine.
Overall, it's done everything I've asked it to, and I would recommend it to anyone looking for a great non-gaming desktop.